What's up, YouTube? My name is Tyler Hadfield. I am participating in the Gary V Stand Challenge, and I need to make my cringe video before tomorrow morning when the next call is. So here goes nothing. My name's Tyler Hadfield. I'm 32 years old. I'm very new to being a creator. I'm trying to teach myself all of this kind of moonlighting. I run 2 restaurants. I'm a chef, and I work like 80, 90 hours a week on my day job. So it's really a night job. I work dinner most of the time. So I'm squeezing in what I can. It's mostly late nights and trying to record things occasionally on my commute to or from work. So as you can see, I'm in a car right now. It's raining outside. Hopefully the rain sounds peaceful and not distracting. And like I said, I'm doing this in my off hours. You know, I'm putting in 3, 5, maybe 8 hours a week into this stuff. So if I wait until I know how to edit videos properly, I'm never going to post anything. And I was listening to Dan Martell the other day, and he said something like, you want to record and put the message out when you have the energy that matches it. Basically saying like the audience is going to feel the energy that you brought to the table when you recorded. And so the last like 3 or 4 days, I'm working 16 hours a day. If I go and try to record, excuse me, at 11:30 at night when I'm tired and I'm not feeling very enthusiastic and I really just want to get to bed, that's obviously not the ideal energy to bring when I'm trying to create this content. So I've been struggling with that a little bit. But yeah, there's a deadline. You know, I really want to post this cringe video up. I don't remember what the hashtag is. Hashtag stand video, something like that. I want to put it up. And I want to stop listening to those excuses. So I am going to try to edit this briefly, but I'm going to post it no matter what at midnight. The point is that the video goes up regardless of how ready I feel or, you know, how insulated I feel from judgment based on how edited it is, how legit it is. So I wrote a script the other night for sizzle reel, or I don't know what you call it, a trailer, I guess, for my YouTube channel, because I don't have any longs at the moment. I only have shorts. And I want there to be something on the homepage when people go. So I wrote out this little script. I'm going to read it here, and I'm going to make this part of my cringe video. I've practiced it a few times, but that was a few days ago. So I am reading it more or less cold. But here goes nothing. All right. Hi, my name is Tyler Hadfield. I'm a chef and co-owner of 2 restaurants here on Cape Cod. I'm also a family man to my little clan of muskrats. For the last 5 years, I've had my nose to the grindstone, trying to get our businesses off the ground. 90-plus hour work weeks, sometimes going months at a time without taking a day off. The bills were getting paid, but the kids were growing up without me. I was missing bedtimes, birthdays, and memories. Breaking the fourth wall. My eldest daughter, Lennon's birthday is tomorrow. Shout out to Lennon. Happy birthday. Now we're ready for more. We just bought a house with an acre of land, and I can't wait to play real-life Story of Seasons. Growing a garden, building a greenhouse, raising chickens, and who knows what else. I'm also going to be teaching myself how to earn an online income, so I won't always have to be at the restaurants to keep the bills paid. And perhaps, most importantly, I'm going to vlog it all so you can come with me. Welcome to our journey. Cut. All right, that's it. So, yeah, I feel a little bit more enthusiastic now having read that. That's my story. My name's Tyler. I'm a chef. I own 2 restaurants with my brother. We both work really hard. He's actually in Italy right now celebrating with some family. One of my cousins got married. Shout out to Jean-Luc. It's the first time either one of us has been away from the restaurants for more than 3 days since we started the first one like 5 years ago. So that's huge. Yeah, my wife and I just bought a house. We're really excited to kind of grow and expand our family. She's also 36 weeks pregnant now. So in about 1 more month, we are going to have our 4th baby. And yeah, just really, really trying to shake things up this next couple of quarters of life. Focus a little bit more on the non-career sides of life. And yeah, want to vlog it all, want to produce the content. Gary always says, don't create, document. So there's a whole host of things that I am interested in, that I am enthusiastic about, that I want to provide value on. One of them is the restaurants and cooking, culinary in general, that sort of thing. Sorry, phone fell. I'm a little like burnt out on the restaurants right now, and I think I still have some imposter syndrome around food. Like, I have tens of thousands of hours of restaurant experience. It's indisputable now that I am master level at that, at least broadly, you know. I still have a lot to learn in all sorts of areas, but I don't know. I think because it is my natural ecosystem, I'm afraid to call myself that. Like, I've been thinking of doing consulting for ages, and I don't know. I feel a lot of resistance there. I think because of fear of judgment from the people that I associate with. The whole lobster crawling out of the trap thing. It's like when one lobster starts to climb up out of the trap, the other ones pull it back down. I think if I were to kind of put my head up and try to do consulting that way, the people around me that aren't trying to do that would judge me, and that fear of judgment is holding me back. So I don't know. That one's tricky for me. But there's a whole bunch of other things that I'm much less experienced in, much less knowledgeable about, that I'm really enthusiastic about, that I'm really passionate about. So, like, I used to watch all kinds of like homesteading vlogs, people that were like farming and gardening, raising chickens, building things, particularly like when people are building stuff from the resources on their own land. Like, all that just fascinates me. Like I would love to just get airdropped in the woods on a couple of acres with some hand tools, and then I have to build my own shelter and plant a garden and like build it all up. Like, that would be so cool to me. I just love that outdoors meets rugged individualism kind of vibe. So like, that's something that I have almost no experience in. I'm a very amateur gardener. I know some basic concepts. I've read a lot of books. I don't have a ton of actual experience though. But because I'm enthusiastic about it, and because I'd be willing to document the process, that's one of the pillars that I see myself using. Another one is definitely personal development type content. Anything around goal setting, anything around mindset, like Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, Bob Proctor, Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins. Like, I've spent absurd percentages of my time listening to these people, thinking about their thoughts, their mental models I hold within me. Like, I think the way that these books think, it's just mind-blowing to me that people don't study philosophy. And so that's something I'd really like to talk about. I call it hanging out in the idea space. That's like a huge core goal for like this next phase of my life. Is I want to earn my living and spend the majority of my time not using my body, but what I call hanging out in the idea space, where primarily through language, I'm working with concepts and either writing about them, talking about them, dialogue, talking with someone. Like look at Joe Rogan's podcast, for example. Every time he sits down with someone, he's hanging out in the idea space with that person, and then they just let a conversation flow out. But they're meeting like mentally in a space, right? That's the idea space. That's what I want to do. I want to talk to people and build new ideas and communicate them. And I think that provides value in and of itself. Like Joe Rogan's really not doing anything mind-blowing. He's just finding unique people with unique experiences and meeting them in the idea space, and then letting a conversation flow out of that. And we all get to either be entertained or ideally be educated and learn from that idea space that they're meeting in. And like, that's so cool to me. I think that's just amazing. And so that's a huge part of what I want to do. So I think those are a couple of my key pillars. One is documenting the homesteading type stuff. One is me being the expert in restaurant related things. And then another one would be personal development, bridging the gap into just general philosophy, practical psychology, that sort of thing. Yeah, all right. I gotta get back to work, so that's it for now. But some piece or pieces of this video will be posted tonight on my YouTube channel. So thank you very much for watching. Peace.